Hey everyone, it's me, Alikat. I figured I'd come by, do some streaming, see how things were going, and just kind of having a, you know, silly goose time, as it were, as my friend Tyler would say. But yeah, so I figured I'd come by, do a little streaming, and show some shit off and promote. Let's see. I've already posted the link to our backer kit that's going on for the Swords and Sorcery Magazine, the Best of Swords and Sorcery Magazine, Volume 1. It's my friend Curtis's book. I am looking forward to seeing how that's done. I've got some art in it. A bunch of my friends have some art in it. Like, we're going to have Russ Leach, we have Glenn Fleming, we have Peter Palmiotti, my buddy Dave House, like DeFont. I've known the guy for like 10 years or more, and I still don't have his last name right. But yeah, so we're doing a lot of stuff. It'll be fun. And there'll be others. So it should be a good time. But yeah, so I'm working on some doodles. And working on my little stray cat stuff. And I was deciding that I wanted to do kind of a more cartoony look with it. So I'm just doing some quick roughies in here and seeing what we got. Quick shape design. And yeah. I had this kind of a weird idea for something, so definitely going more cartoony with it. But yeah, it's kind of the start that I gave it. Okay, let's try to figure out some lines, shall we? Now then, what is that? That is stuff. Okay. Is it kind of look that I'm going for? Thing, but yeah, we'll kind of see what happens. Oh, God. Not really sure how long I'll stream today, but, we'll see what happens. Figure randomly streaming at 10 of 7. I might be able to get some people here. I am definitely not like this quick little shape stuff is just that. They're fast shapes and nothing important. They are just a very loose guide for what I'm thinking. I have to admit, been looking a little bit at Scotty Young and some what was the other one I was kind of checking out? Edward Gorey. Now Scotty Young's a fan of him, and I'm a huge fan of Edward Gorey ever since I saw the old TV show Mystery around here. Oh, that show was fantastic, and it had this animated intro that was made by Gorey. It was pretty damn cool. And if anyone's curious, you can just like Google it or just go on YouTube. You should be able to find it. But it is pretty neat. More curved. Now this is my character Rin. I'm kind of, doing her a little bit more stylized and cartoony. And, let's say almost a chibi style, but not quite. It's more American cartoon. Saturday morning cartoonish meets Gory. This is a character that Dave drew for me on my birthday a few years ago. Still waiting on the piece. And Rin is kind of a love letter to my favorite kind of genre of movies and stuff, the Jidegeki genre, film genre. And she's heavily influenced by, what is it? Zatoichi. I've drawn her on some streams before. And I've played her in like D&D and things. So. But she is a blind swordswoman. And her style is actually inspired by the style that the historical Roni Kenshin, the actual, I forget his actual name, but it's basically the guy that Roni Kenshin was inspired by. I researched the Hitokiri, that was him. He was one of the only practitioners of this said style. Mainly because the Japanese government executed him. So, he did some bad things. But I thought it was kind of cool, so I added it in. Yeah, so we'll just kind of see what we're going to do with this and kind of go from there. That. I'll admit, one of the other things I was heavily inspired by was Usagi Yojimbo, as he is one of my favorite characters. He's right up there with the Ninja Turtles. But Stan Sakai's work is just utterly amazing. I'm not sure if I like exactly how that is. Yeah, I'll flip it a bit more. Kind of know what I want. Let's see. Something more like that. check that down a little bit later. Actually, let's turn it red. Shall we? I'll kick it up a little bit more. That's a little bit easier for me to see. Okay. She's kind of got spiky hair. Let's check out a couple of things real quick. Oh, I really haven't drawn this way in a long time. Yeah, she wears like a blindfold and stuff. And she's getting ready to do a fast draw. Because fast draws are cool. Let's cut that back in a bit. We don't really need that. Yeah, the thing about her costume, her kind of look, is I made it kind of look like a kimono. It's like a schoolgirl uniform. My first drawings of her, she wore like a she had like a cloak and stuff like that. I still put her in on occasion, but the coolie hat is something I kind of like a little bit better. I might pull a Jim Lee or something like that and be like, down there's where the rocks and stuff go. Okay, let that go in. She's got this going. Okay. Okay, we got that kind of going up there. Let's back that off a bit. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I really have not drawn this way in like forever. Like that. And she's kind of tilting her head to show that she's like listening in that direction. So a little bit of hair that comes down her front. Oh, I just realized I have to watch Alien Earth. I haven't checked out the new episode yet. So far, it's been interesting. I'm not really sure how I felt about the previous episode, not the one that came out this week, but last week's episode. Kind of definitely a weird ending. That could make it neat, though. Who knows? Yeah, and I gotta draw Hakama a bit better, but it's actually a pleated skirt, so. Alright, so that's kind of the rough pencils. Hang on. Well, that's annoying. I might have to go sooner than I expected. Let me see something real quick, guys. Sorry about this. Yeah, this is going to be a really short live stream. Only going about 20 minutes. So, let's kill that. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. I got a call I got to take and deal with some stuff. Like a text I got to respond to and stuff. Unfortunately, this is going to be a really short stream, only about 20 minutes. My apologies, but hey, if you want to check things out, I'll try to be back maybe tomorrow, see what happens, because I have my infusion tomorrow, so we'll see what kind of goes on. But anyway, thanks a lot, everybody. Sorry for the short stream, but hey, sometimes this is the